What? We're not editing?
No. Are we recording? We
Fucking
are?
A. All
Okay.
right, let's do it.
Well, um, do your usual intro.
Hi, welcome to Titterpigs. We're at Gen Con. Wait,
Woo!
hold on. I don't have a Titterpig shirt.
I didn't buy you one.
You ass.
I got Noah one though.
Oh.
He's gonna be a shilling for us tomorrow.
Oh, I hate you.
Speaking of shill, we're back at Casa de Gen Con. What's a British word for house?
Hold on, let me ask a Brit. What's the British word for a house? House. They said house.
House, but it with
Hoose.
house.
Hoose?
Cottage.
Cottage.
We're back at Gen Con Cottage. Let's just
Oh no.
We've had a spot of tea.
Oh.
Yes, we are back at the house after a long day of day one of Gen Con, and we're here to touch base and kind of give everyone an idea of what we've been up to. So
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
So we're going to try to piece it together, merge our heads as one. That's fuzzy. And again, we're going to apologize for the sound aesthetics in here because we're in a big old kitchen. It's going to be echoey, and we're not editing this at all. So
No.
So deal. You can adjust,
No post-production for
you
me
can
at
you
all.
can adjust your sound on your end if you like. Anyways, Gen Con. We've had quite a raucous and long 2 days. Our day zero ended up being a lot longer than we expected.
Day zero went till about what? 2 in the morning for you?
2 in the morning. I fell asleep at probably 3 a.m. when I finally wound down and
You're too old for this shit, Scott.
yeah. So well, let's start at the beginning. So
it started yesterday. Day zero started on Wednesday afternoon when we got a really squirrely invite to a WotC press release.
yes.
And we got to get a little insider information at this press release.
Yeah.
For the new the 50th anniversary of D&D.
Right.
And the forthcoming 2024 Player's Handbook.
Yeah.
And a little insight on that. The DMG, the Monster Manual.
Monster Manual, DMG. It was interesting. It took place at
show and tell, ladies and gents.
Yes, there it is. We have been
Friends
accused.
of all kinds?
We have been accused of being shills. WotC is paying for us to promote their book. Yada yada yada.
There, we promoted it. No, we're not shills.
No, we're not. So yeah, I think what occurred was, so we have press passes, of course, and I think what WotC did is they sent out random invites.
There was maybe 60 or 70 of us at this event. I'm sure some folks did not come that were invited.
Yes.
And others found their way onto the guest list by various ways, which was great. This was heavy hors d'oeuvres. There were crazy swag goodie bags at the end.
The Indiana ballroom rooftop something or other.
This place was gorgeous.
Right.
Gorgeous place. Really well done.
We posted pictures. I'm sure some of you may have seen it already, but we thought going into it that it might just be kind of like a little
drop in, drop out kind of
display type thing. Yeah. And it was kind of that to a degree, but it was a full blown 3-hour promotion, and probably there was a good chance that we probably would have left sooner, but about halfway through it they said, oh, by the way, everyone's getting a free player's handbook at the end.
Yeah, so we did what
anyone would do,
and people like us do. You stick around to the end,
right,
and you get your swag bag, which had the book. It had a drink mix book in it from one of their third-party licensees. Dragons and Flagons is the name of the book, if I remember right. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
And a variety of other swag type
general
stuff.
General swag stuff, yeah. Little postcards, a mug, typical stuff that you would, that we thought that we were just going to get for this. You were going to get a t-shirt and a mug and move on. So, with that, going into it, neither Keith or myself really have any vested interest with the new coming edition.
No.
Like many people, we've been dealing with, we've seen the updates they provided. Doesn't really sound like our thing, but again, there is a bit of just general interest.
I will admit, I'll put it out there right here, right now. I'm not the biggest 5e fan, for those that know my history with 5e and all of that.
Right.
But the changes they have, at least publicly stated at this presser, to 5e, at least intrigued me enough that I'm gonna, read through the player's handbook. Maybe we'll talk about it on an upcoming episode of Titterpigs. What we like, dislike,
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, no guarantees, but that means we'd have to be bothered to read it. But
right.
I'm intrigued enough, especially some of the stuff that they talked about in the DMG that do really intrigue me to at least give it some future consideration.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But WotC didn't pay us.
Nope.
Us accepting the book is not an endorsement. Us posting a picture of it is not an endorsement. It's just showing, hey, we got a free book.
Yep.
So, but still, we've gotten all the usual accusations.
Hey, but besides that, let's move on to other things.
Yes. So we left there. We left there after 4 hours there. And where did we go next?
We
press
came
pass.
back.
Okay.
We got our press passes, raced back to the house, and then we had some, shall we just say nameless friends come by the house.
Oh, I'll name them.
Okay, so Scott will name the friends.
Right. So I was volunteered.
Because I was volunteered 2
Right.
years ago at Gen Con to run a Pendragon game for Seth Skorkowski, his handler, Jorge. And Pookie and Bud and
everyone
Scott
else.
and everybody else,
Yes.
right? And Debbie and everybody else.
Right.
Everybody in the circle, the social circle. Keith does not like being voluntold to do things, so Keith railed against it and said, yeah, get bent.
Right. And I ran the starter set campaign. We completed it several months ago. And in usual style with everything else going on, I tried to prepare, and that prepare really just didn't occur. But did rally near the end. So it was Seth Skorkowski that came over. We met Seth at Gen Con 2 years ago. And we talk with Seth, online, on
kind of regularly
and whatnot. And his friend Jorge, both, wonderful person. But we had another person join in, and that was Ben Milton. Some of you probably know him from his channel Questing Beast. If you're into the OSR, you definitely know who he is. Yeah. Bud is in contact with Ben and several other people who are, YouTube type people. And Ben said, sure. He just got into town. He drove here from his home, got in about maybe a half hour, 15 minutes before the game started. And he said, I've never played Pendragon. Let's play Pendragon. And I'm like,
4 hours later,
I'm all, so not only am I running Pendragon for Seth Skorkowski, who's never played it, so I'm going to be his entry point into the game. Ben Milton, who obviously, knows his games and has been doing it for some time. So suddenly I'm the one who's going to make or break Pendragon for these two people. Who, if they came on and said Pendragon's great, it's going to be fantastic. If they said Pendragon sucked, it's going to suck, and it's going to be my fault. But
I think at the end of the day, I think you ran a good game.
Yeah.
Everybody that walked away from the table at 1 or 2 in the morning said they had a great time. So I think that was okay.
Having drinks helped because they won't remember if it was a good or bad game. So hopefully that was the end of it.
Lots of drinks were had. I'm just saying, lots of drinks were had.
Yeah. So that was day 0.
Yeah. So day 1 started with a little slow start and very expensive Uber rides into downtown Indianapolis from Casa de Cottage.
Yeah. Cottage.
And we queued up for the vendor hall.
Yeah.
And we did that for a couple hours.
Oof.
Yeah. I think my backpack, when we left this afternoon, my backpack weighed about 50 pounds.
Right.
I got some pretty cool stuff though.
Yeah. No, I arrived late because I woke up late, and then my son woke up later, so I had to wait for him to get ready. So I joined them at Gen Con a little bit later, and this is my second Gen Con.
Mine as well.
And the vendor hall compared to the first time that we went was absolutely insane. We probably waited 200 yards into there, and my son said this is too much, and so we took off.
Yep.
The only thing I purchased today, I made my way over to the HP Lovecraft Historical Society. Don't I wouldn't say I know them, but they are a local venue. They live about 30 miles north of me, just near Ventura, north of California. I went there a long time ago, but I haven't been there since. But nice chatting with them, because I drove out here from California this time around. They're from California. They drove too, so they got to bring all this crap out here. So I had a nice little chat with them. I picked up the investigator's wallet. I'm gonna go grab that.
Well, while he's grabbing that, so I was lucky enough to get, and I know Scott got one, and I think everybody in the house got one. One of the new, oh my God, Cthulhu Gaslight pre-release books. We're able to get copies of those. That will be available in distribution and widely available come October of this year.
Yes.
Voila.
There will be an unboxing eventually when I get back. Not here. I'm too fucking tired. And also they gave me the scenario that's associated with it. But also know that
it's better for $100 fucking.
But also know that it's also there's associations to it within the Arkham book, so it's not kind of like a one and done scenario situation.
I know.
Okay. So then we wandered around. We kind of split up at that point. Oh, geez, excuse me.
Yeah, I made beelines all over the vendor hall. I went over by Pelgrane. It was nice to chat with Kat Tobin of Pelgrane.
Yeah.
And a little bit with Robin Laws and
Ken Height.
Yeah. And Gareth Hanrahan to some extent. He was super busy. Mm-hmm. I was able to pick up contributor copies of the last 3 books I edited for them during COVID. They've taken some time to come out, and this is the first time I've been able to see them since, see the Pelgrane crew since the books have actually published.
Yeah.
So.
Hold
on. Yeah. I want to throw a shill out there for this one though.
Yeah.
Just because I worked on the book as an editor. So, camera, bad lighting in this place. For Fall of Delta Green, the new Borealis
Coriolis.
Yeah. Connection.
Whatever.
For Fall of Delta Green, 7 scenario, massive world-spanning campaign. Right. But just looking through the book, I mean, I edited it. I haven't read it in several years now.
Oh, Borealis is misspelled.
Go fuck off. I'm not the artist, thanks. But gorgeous layout, beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Even though the book was delayed in coming out for some very real reasons.
Yeah.
But well worth the wait. I mean, just in presentation alone. So.
Yeah. So there was. It was pretty much just a quick walkthrough. Tomorrow we're probably going to have a little bit more time doing a bit more of the pickup and shopping because we'll get to the con early before.
My back can't handle this shit.
Yeah. So after that, real quick. So Scott Woodard, author of Pine Box Middle School.
And a Kids on Bikes scenario.
Whatever. That's not what he's here for.
Oh.
So Scott Woodard, we interviewed Scott some time ago, and been just like chatting with Scott online, maintaining relationships, and he originally told me that he wasn't coming out to Gen Con, but then he found out that he was nominated for an Emmy, and his wonderful partner said, you know what, go. This is your moment. Go. You should go. And so he came to Gen Con last minute, and so met him in the vendor hall, and first time we've met him in person.
Yeah.
Fantastic guy. Unfortunately, he's taller than us, like everyone is when we meet.
Dude, hold on. For the record, I'm 5'6". Everybody is taller than me. Case in point.
We're going to be, hopefully meeting up with Scott. Scott's running some games for Pinnacle. He's here, and then we'll be going over to the Ennies tomorrow night to give him some support, and hopefully he wins.
Fingers crossed for you, Scott. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I had a good chat with him, and then we eventually moved on towards Lucas Oil Stadium.
We did
for X-Crawl.
Save X-Crawl Classics Tournament.
Yes. Which is why we're so goddamn tired.
Oh my god. Okay, for the record, that was an experience. I haven't played X-Crawl in, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years since I was at a convention back in North Carolina.
Yeah.
One of my old haunts, and I had a bad experience with it then. I played today. I had a great experience. I'm glad I purchased the X-Crawl core book and some of the modules that are just first available this year at Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I picked them up. However, the tournament experience is interesting.
Yes.
And energy draining.
It was. It's. I'm sure plenty of people have played in DCC type tournaments. X-Crawl being that. Did they say this was their first time?
First time doing X-Crawl as a tournament.
Right. So, I wouldn't say there was hiccups, but there was it didn't run particularly smooth, but it didn't mean it was a bad experience.
Right.
It's just it's a bit long. It's 4 hours. You're going into different scenarios with different judges to different tables, and you're trying to accrue points with your team.
Yep.
And of course, depending on the game and the GM running it, it could run short, it could run long.
And you get more points if you finish the scenario, successfully finish the room, the encounter that you're playing in that time block of 40 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You finish it early, you get more points that add to your total, which helps you advance to the next round, which we may or may not advance to play that second and final round on Saturday.
Right.
So, and then others came down to the wire where you either finish like right at the buzzer or you don't finish at all.
Or the last one where we kept playing because we had no idea it was over.
Yeah.
Because they didn't
blow the whistle. They hit the gong.
We just kind of turned around and half the tables were empty, and we're like, oh, I guess we're done. Still, fantastic game. It's piqued my interest enough, and likewise, my son who was playing with it, who said, can we pick up the core rulebook, which is always a good sign for me.
Yeah.
Because if there's anyone that's very finicky about games, it's my son. I'm easygoing. I'm any RPG port in the storm. I'll play most anything.
Yeah.
But I think it was because we had the game last night. We had so much fun. It ran late. Some of us may have been hungover a little bit. So it makes for a longer day. And so at the end of the day, you kind of want to, play an easy light game, not sit for over 4 hours,
I would say, though, it was light, though. It wasn't like a brain burner.
No, it wasn't.
It was just...
We're just old.
There's a lot going on, like, it's high energy, high intensity in, like, 40, 45 minutes, and then, bam, that encounter's done. Okay, your group of 6 goes from my table. You're going to go play another encounter, a one-room encounter over at table 24.
Yeah.
And with another judge, and it's as soon as they blow the whistle, it's go, 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 till they blow the whistle again, and it's done.
Yeah. So, but it was still good. I mean, the no fault of the game. We were just tired. That was just it. So that pretty much, well, it didn't put a cap on it because we're not all back. So originally some of us were going to go to the Arc Dream panel. But my son's social battery was on low, so I brought him back here.
Mine too.
Keith joined us. Debbie joined us, as did Lulu, Pookie's partner. So, we just kind of put a cap on the evening, spoke to a few people that we didn't get a chance to meet that hopefully we'll see tomorrow, and just started planning our day for tomorrow.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
And and Bud and Pookie are still over there. So they're there, and
they'll be there till 2 a.m. because they don't know when to stop talking.
Yeah, and Bud's trying to get an interview with Caleb Stokes.
Yep.
So what's tomorrow?
I think we're gonna try to queue up for the consignment shop.
Mm-hmm.
To look for some used goodies first thing in the morning.
Yep.
I think following that we're gonna go hit the vendor hall again.
Yep.
For some specifics.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I think we're gonna play it low and slow.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of generally fuck off until our game at 2:00.
2? Yep, which is what?
Moonlight on Roseville Beach.
Yes.
We're going on a gaycation.
I mean,
me and my hetero life partner.
Besides this one, so this will be our second gaycation during Gen Con.
Yeah. So
hi, babe, I love you.
Hi, honey.
And then tomorrow night, we'll make our way to the Ennies.
Yeah, we literally roll from the game that ends. It runs from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
And then we go from there to the Ennies cocktail party and silent auction.
Yeah.
And then right into the Ennies itself to the awards to support Scott
and
Alex.
And Alex too.
Let's not forget Alex Gallot.
No.
One of his books, the Lost Wolves of Carcosa, if I remember right. The Wolves of Las Carcosa? Alex, I'm getting it wrong. Sorry.
I'm not saying it, Alex. You can yell at him.
You can yell at me, Alex. It's
I'm not going to correct him. He's the editor here.
I didn't edit that book. Not my problem.
Yes.
Not my fault, man. But Alex is also up for an Emmy, so we're fingers crossed for Alex as well.
Yeah.
And the others that worked on that book.
And pretty much once those 2 categories are announced, depending on who wins or loses, then we fuck off.
Yeah, we're pulling chalks and
no one else there. So. Yeah. And then, and then we'll continue on until Saturday and then Sunday. So maybe we'll do an update tomorrow. Maybe we'll do another one Saturday. Who the fuck knows? Or I'm sorry, do another one Saturday, maybe Sunday. Who knows? So, and there'll be other stuff that, we'll do. We're going to speak with, what's his name from...
tomorrow, I think we're going to try to squeeze in a quick, maybe 10 or 15 minute audio interview with Pat from... Flagbearer Games.
Yep.
We've had him on the podcast
Nations
previously.
And Cannons. Yep.
Yeah, talking about his Nations and Cannons projects. Mm-hmm. And I know they were hoping to have a new thing released here at Gen Con, but there's delays. It's not released, unfortunately. Yeah. But I know he's super excited to come back on the podcast in the future. Mm-hmm. So we're going to hopefully talk to him tomorrow and maybe get an update for listeners on where that project's at, what's in the queue for them down the road. Yeah. So more to follow. Yeah,
and then maybe we'll actually have our roommates on for a chat.
Nah.
Get your own fucking channel. Wait, they do.
They have their own channel.
They have their own channel.
Wait, I want to talk to you.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
Who woke the Brits?
They just sneak up on us.
We do that. Bye.
See?
Yes.
So
she's gonna go have tea now.
Yeah.
Or a jammy Dodger or whatever they eat.
Wagon wheels? She's drinking beer. Okay, that's all right. She can stay.
Don't you mean ale?
She got beer.
Yes.
The red stuff that you bought me.
All right. Yes. Drink it up.
So that's it. Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yep. And we'll drop this video on YouTube. So yeah, we actually did something. So we've earned the press pass. Now we can, go do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, like drink more beer.
Yes. Well, cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking water right now.
Cheers. And we'll see you all and talk to you all soon. And we'll definitely do probably another more detailed, real podcast follow up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a post Gen Con analysis of. Like wrap up what we've done here, and then there'll probably be a separate episode where we talk post Ennies analysis of the winners, losers, and hot takes.
Yes,
because that's always fun.
All right, fuck it. I'm going.
We're done.
I'm going to bed.
All right, we're done.
Oh wait.
Oh, we gotta stop this thing. How do you stop this thing? I can't figure it out.
I can't see. I don't have my glasses.
Oh, you want mine? Here's my glasses.
Fuck! Now stop recording. There it is.